Hello students, congratulations on your admission to the PhD program in the Department of Computer Science at Stony Brook. My name is Samir Das. I am the department chair in this department at this time, and my goal in this brief video presentation is to welcome you to our department and tell you a little bit about the department. So our department is one of the oldest programs in computer science. This is already 52 years old. We would have celebrated our 50-year anniversary in year 20, but unfortunately for COVID, we postponed it. So things are coming back to normal. So when you are on campus, we hopefully you'll be able to participate in the festivities of our 50-year anniversary. You can see a kind of a nice picture on your right. That is our relatively new building, and you will be residing in this building. The department graduated many famous people over time. We have highlighted a few of them here. I'll draw your attention to the gentleman on the top left corner. He is John Hennessy. He's both our master's and PhD graduate back in the 70s. He is the former president of Stanford University and currently the chairman on the board of Alphabet, that is the Google's parent company. The rest of them are here are famous academicians, authors, researchers, and entrepreneurs. We are fairly well ranked. It sort of depends on, obviously, the numbers depend on exactly which ranking you are looking at. For example, the rankings most people look at is US News and World Report. We are number 40. If you look at csrankings.org, that ranks computer science programs based on the productivity in terms of research output, publications. We are number 26. We are doing very well there. And in the National Research Council ranking system, which is basically ranks departments based on their both education and research and various productivity in their graduate programs, we rank around 20. That doesn't give a hard number. That gives us some sort of a statistical idea about the ranking. So we are about 20 there. So depending on how you look at it, we are somewhere between 20 and 40, and US News World Report ranking, we are hopefully, there will be new ranking coming up next year. We'll be hopefully moving up a little bit. There are many major inventions that came out of the department. I would not have time to go through all these details, but first 4 of them are related to logic programming, knowledge representation, and automated deduction verification. And the department has significant strengths over time on these areas. Some of the other ones are much more recent and something you can more easily relate to, like two-dimensional barcode, that everybody knows what it is. Virtual colonoscopy, that is also probably many of us are familiar with. Address space layout randomization is a security technique. AODV routing protocol is a network routing protocol which has recently been standardized. And there are many others. I'm just trying to highlight a few of them. We are big. We are a big department, relatively big. We may not be the biggest in the United States, but we are pretty big. We have 56 faculty. These are core faculty in the department, and there are about 30 affiliated research faculty. And you are welcome to choose advice from any one of them. You do not have to stick to the core faculty. You can always go and seek help, seek advice from the affiliated and research faculty. They are typically either full-time researchers or faculty who are in other departments and collaborate quite closely with us. We have a number of administrative and IT staff who will help you in your, for example, appointments, your computing needs, networking needs, your laboratory needs, and things like that. We are fairly well funded. More recent numbers, we are more than $11 million that we spend every year in extramural research. This is the money that comes from outside to fund our research programs, and many of you, probably most of you, will be funded by grants, which are basically in this pool. Our We are big, as I said, in terms of size as well. There's a very large undergraduate program. We run 2 undergraduate programs, and many of you will be doing teaching assistantships and probably will come in contact with some of these students. There are 1,400 plus undergraduate students. We also run a large master's program. Typically in fall semesters, there are about 500 master's students. And our number of PhD students is also large. We actually are one of the largest PhD program in the country, more than 200 PhD students. We are split across in several buildings, but the main building is the one on the top right, which is the new computer science building, which is relatively new. It's a very nice building. It's about 7-year-old. It actually got some of the Innovations Award for the building cabling and the network cabling. The middle picture is the older building that we occupied before occupying the new building, but we still hold some space there. That is the old computer science building. And the one at the bottom is a center. It is not really an academic space. This is a center for excellence in wireless and information technology. That is a center in our research and development park. So we have a research and development campus, which is a little outside our main campus. And this center works closely with us. Several of our faculty have labs there. So depending on exactly who your advisor is, you may have an office, may have some lab space in that building as well. So our facilities are kind of split across all these 3 buildings, but mainly we are most of us, not all of us, but most of us are in the new building that is on the top. We closely, as I kind of tangentially mentioned, work with several centers, and we do actually lead several centers, and these are some examples. There are more, but these are the prime examples. Like one of the more important ones, a lot of you expressed interest in working in AI or related topics. So AI Institute, the Institute of AI-driven Discovery and Innovation, is basically something you would be interested in. So that center has faculty and students both from our department as well as other engineering and science departments that are interested in doing AI research. National Security Institute, there are about 7 or 8 faculty doing security research. Most of them are from computer science department. Center of Visual Computing, working on graphics and visualization. An Institute of Advanced Computational Science. This is also a campus-wide center, very well funded, very big, and it has a large number of scientists from outside computer science, particularly faculty and researchers who are interested in computational science, scientific computation, high-performance computing, from applied mathematics, physics, chemistry, and other natural science departments. And obviously, it has a bunch of computer science faculty. They have access to significant computing facility, including supercomputers. There are, we work with several partners. CWIT is the one I mentioned before when I showed you the building pictures. Then we also have an Advanced Energy Center. We do have occasionally projects with them, particularly related to smart grid, various other computational mechanisms related to energy. Then Brookhaven National Laboratory is a Department of Energy national laboratory, which is a major laboratory that is something the Stony Brook co-manages. They do have a computational science division, and that division is growing, and we have significant collaboration with them as well. So depending on, once again, your research area and your advisor, you will have opportunity to go and work there or collaborate remotely with their scientists. And I did mention Institute of Advanced Computational Science. They also have a separate facility on campus. Now, in our labs, in our 2 buildings, and the new computer science building, most of them are new computer science building, and some of them are in old computer science building. We have many labs, and these labs are managed by individual faculty who will be probably, for example, your advisor. Or sometimes in some labs are bigger, there are 2 or 3 of the faculty kind of collaborate together to build a lab. And there are many of them. It is not my interest really to kind of read on the names, but we have obviously strength in pretty much in all areas of computer science, and you'll find a lab which kind of aligns to your interest. So these are basically lists of labs and some other labs. Now I'll tell you a little bit about the departmental research, and there are 4 slides. So the overall, our strength is kind of split across 4 major areas. So one of the most important area that we are all interested in, and significant number of faculty are really invested in this area, is intelligent systems. So intelligent systems covers broadly things like AI, machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision. We are very well ranked, very well reputed in the area of computer vision. Multiple faculty is a very active group. Robotics is a growing area in the department. Then also various topics related to data science, data analytics, information retrieval, and then we have traditional strength in logic programming, automated deduction, and things like that. Then the next big area is kind of broadly defined computer systems and cybersecurity. The cybersecurity team is part of computer systems, but they are one of the major groups in the department, and very well funded. So in this group, we do various things. For example, think about networking. We have strength in networking, particularly mobile and wireless networking, sensor networking, web, Internet of Things, performance benchmarking, cyber physical systems. And there are also several faculty in the electrical and computer engineering department. That is a separate department. They are also quite active in these areas. So our faculty closely collaborate with them. So it is not just our faculty. There are other significant strengths in the department. Also computer architecture related areas, operating systems, file systems, cloud, energy efficiency, green computing, distributed systems, and obviously everything related to cybersecurity. We also have strength in cryptography, network security and monitoring, and various related topics in security. The other area, even though the number of faculty involved here is small, but we still are quite strong, rank quite well in the general area of visual computing, which kind of includes in graphics and visualization, obviously visual analytics, augmented reality, virtual reality, HCI, user interfaces, and related areas. It also includes areas such as imaging, medical imaging. The Stony Brook in general, including computer science, obviously, is very strong in medical imaging. So there are the significant strength in our medical school in imaging, in engineering departments, as well as in computer science. So if you want to do, for example, anything related to medical imaging, then this is the good place to be. Finally, theory, theory and algorithms are also our strengths. Different types of algorithmic techniques, including parallel, sequential, combinatorial, scheduling techniques, data structures. We are strong in things like computational geometry, computational biology, and various other related topics for theory and algorithms. We are global. Very little is known about this, by the way, is the fact that we also have a campus in Korea, in South Korea. It's close to Seoul. We offer degrees there. You can think of something like a very small branch campus. The same curriculum is offered, and students can come there also for undergraduate degrees, graduate degrees, including PhD. This is the first American university actually in Korea, and we are our department the first one to offer a degree program there. And now the Stony Brook has several programs there, and not just computer science. So the computer science department there is already 10 years old. So that is small department, only about 10 faculty, 10 graduate students, about 100 undergraduate students, but they are kind of small and cozy, and we collaborate with them, we visit there, and they visit us. So you have some international collaboration opportunity kind of organically, existing with Korea. There is a graduate student organization, very active, and obviously, assuming you are here, you'll be part of this organization. They organize social and educational activities, different events like this picture has been taken a few years back around Thanksgiving, before COVID, obviously. Nobody's in masks, as you can see. The organization also represents the students. As you can see, we have a large body of students that represent students to the department and campus administration. We hold events, talks, seminars. One of the big things we also do every year, and this is something you are going to see happening in fall once you come in. We postponed this from spring to fall because the COVID is still there. We really didn't feel comfortable that we can all get together like this. This is a picture once again from year 19 pre-COVID, where we organize a graduate research day where the graduate students showcases their work, and many companies come there. There are prizes. It is a very interesting and active day. The department has, other than the big graduate student organization and other organizations, for example, this is an organization for women students in our PhD program. They have a club, they hold events, they do various collaborative works among themselves. The final other topic is career center. Obviously, the career prospects for a computer science PhD are enormous, and we have a very active career center if you want to take advantage of that. So normally after PhD, you directly talk to companies. The career center may not play a role after your graduation, may not play enough role. It can always play a role, but for internship opportunities, the career centers is very useful for PhD students. And many of our PhD students go for internships in the summer. So the Career Center hold recruiting events periodically, and this is the picture. During COVID, many things were happening virtually, but I'm hoping things are normalizing, and hoping you'll have a pretty normal start of the academic year when you start here in fall. Finally, I would say that we are a strong, visible, highly ranked department. There are many research and educational opportunities here, a lot of facilities, a lot of resources, laboratories, and our faculty are passionate, and we have a passionate student body as well. Congratulations again, and hope you'll join us. Thank you.